right, everybody, welcome in. Meteorologist Shane Smith here with you. It is Sunday, December 28th, 2025, and we're tracking severe weather across the Commonwealth. Had a few severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings earlier, and we're tracking a little bit of action right now into portions of western Kentucky. So let's not waste any time and get right on over to Radar Omega. And we're going to fire up the old Louisville radar site because we've got severe thunderstorms getting ready to move into the Louisville metro. And with that, there is the potential of a tornado with this line. These thunderstorms have been producing gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. As they have pushed eastward across Illinois and Indiana, now working into central and western Kentucky. We did have some tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings earlier over towards Henderson and Evansville and Gordon. And those thunderstorms are going to continue to push off to the east over the next several hours. So we're going to be talking about those storms, tracking them live for you. We're also going to talk about the big cool down heading our way and testing out some of my new severe weather setup. So anytime we have a new warning, it will pop up right below me in the state of Kentucky. So if you're watching here in Kentucky, you will see real-time warning updates as they come in, and we'll let you know when those will expire. So testing out some new tech tonight, seeing how it all works. So buckle up and let's talk about what's going on. This is a massive cold front bringing these severe thunderstorms in. And right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that does include the northern part of Jefferson County. That's going to go for about another 20 minutes or so. We are seeing the potential of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Also, just southwest of Louisville. This one not into the state of Kentucky just yet, but there is a tornado warning out for Harrison County in Indiana. That is moving east at 40 miles per hour. So if that does hold together, could see some pretty strong wind on the south end of Louisville here in about the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. Those are the only active warnings on this part of the line right now, although I know I've got some viewers potentially up near Madison and Vevey, Indiana. That part of the line also a little bit on the more intense side. Got a few severe thunderstorm warnings up there, so watch out. Could have some gusty winds heading your way along the Ohio River from Madison over to Carrollton, over to Vevey and Warsaw in the next hour or so. Most of this line is generally moving off to the east at about 30 miles per hour or so. And we are seeing some quick little spin-up tornadoes potentially in this line. This is not a textbook setup for long-track supercell tornadoes. This is more of those quick spin-up.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And there we go. New tornado warning issued for Hardin and Meade counties in Kentucky. That is going to go for about the next 45 minutes or so, I believe. I'm going to pull that warning up and take a look at it as soon as it comes in. There we go. It's going to go until 9:45. Southeastern Harrison County and South Central Indiana, East Central Meade County, and North Central Hardin County until 9:45. This does not include Radcliffe. Does not include Fort Knox. It is just to the northwest of. But we are seeing a bit of broad rotation on the radar on the south end of the storm. And anytime you get one of these little notches in the velocity data, this is where we've got to watch out for the potential of some quick little spin-up tornadoes. So if you have questions, ask in the chat. Anthony Campbell joining us from Rowdy, Kentucky. Chris Tinnell asking, any chance the tornado watch could be pushed into central and eastern Kentucky? There is a chance. I haven't seen anything from the Storm Prediction Center yet about pushing that watch eastward. It would not surprise me if we got some kind of severe thunderstorm watch in central and eastern Kentucky. And Trevor Jones in Clarksville. Oh boy. Well, we will track this thing for you. Try to keep you all safe. So once again, the biggest part of this action right now is going to be on the south end of Louisville. If I'm anywhere along 31W from Louisville down to Radcliffe, I'm probably going ahead and making preparations to go ahead and seek shelter. There's a couple little kinks in the line, and anywhere you get one of these little kinks forming is where you can get a quick spin-up tornado. So there's the potential one right now just north of Brandenburg, right there along State Route 11, from Brandenburg over towards Tobacco Landing, Evans Landing, West Point, Rehoboth, Macedonia. I'd go ahead and get into your storm shelters right there along the Ohio River. As this thing pushes into Kentucky, we are going to see some very gusty winds, heavy rain, and the potential of a quick spin-up tornado. No severe thunderstorm warning for most of the Louisville metro area just yet. I got a feeling we will probably see one of those shortly. Getting some really strong wind gusts across the state right now. Question about hazard. Deborah, right now, nothing severe for hazard just yet. We may get some strong winds and a few wind-driven thunderstorms late tonight. We can also pull up and see what is going on with those current winds. Give me 1 second to get that pulled up. All right, so here is the current winds from the Kentucky Mesonet. I know that's a little off-center. It's unfortunately the best I can do right now. But yeah, we're getting a lot of 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts across the state right now. If you have questions, go ahead and post those in the chat. Brandon and Tina Miller saying hopefully Barberville doesn't get any bad wind. Not a fan of the wind. I can tell you it is gusting pretty well here in London right now. We're seeing some gusts pushing 30 miles per hour. Let us know where you're joining us from as we track this severe thunderstorm moving into the Louisville metro. If you're just joining us, I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. I am based out of London, Kentucky. I cover typically central and eastern Kentucky, but testing out some of my new equipment tonight, just seeing how well it does. And I figured we'd track these thunderstorms as they move on into central Kentucky. And we do have just a couple of tornado warnings barely moving into Kentucky. We do have the one up into Meade and Hardin counties. That goes until 9:45. And we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the north side of Louisville and Jefferson County. That severe thunderstorm warning also going until 9:45. Wes Land, I'm watching from Campbellsville. Wes, thanks for joining us. Penny Wilhoyd asking, how will Rockcastle County be? Penny, right now, Rockcastle County going to be calm for a while. It's going to be several hours before this storm system moves into portions of central and eastern Kentucky. In fact, we can pull up one of the models real quick and just show you how this thing is going to play out. So here's where the storms will be at around midnight. They'll be stretching from a line from Maysville down to Winchester, down to Richmond, down through Danville, over towards Columbia. By 1 a.m., they're stretching from a line from Grayson to London, over towards Stearns, Hazard, Prestonsburg, Paintsville. Y'all probably see it around 2 o'clock in the morning. Barberville about 1:30 for you guys. This will move into Middlesboro about 2:30 in the morning. Pikeville about 3 a.m. in the morning. And the worst of it will be out by 4 a.m. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning coming in. Let me know, guys, if y'all are hearing the chimes on the stream as new warnings are coming in. I've got a little like chime and alert tone popping up. Crystal going to see some gusty winds for Harlan later tonight, probably about 2 or 3 in the morning. New severe thunderstorm warning coming in. This one is for Bullitt and Floyd, Indiana, Hardin, Kentucky, Jefferson, and Meade counties. All right. Good. Everybody's hearing the chimes. Good. So anytime you hear that chime, that's a new severe thunderstorm warning that's being issued. And when we get a new tornado warning, it'll say a new tornado warning has been issued. So Joey Moss asking about Corbin. Right now, nothing for Corbin for a couple more hours. I'm thinking about 1 o'clock is when the thunderstorms will roll in down here. Hopefully they should weaken a bit before they get here, since it is going to be the middle of the night. But I can tell you that temperatures are still running warm ahead of this front. Sellersburg. I'll have to look that one up. I am not. Is that Sellersburg, Indiana, you're asking about? Clark County, Indiana. Okay. Let me zoom in real quick up there. Yeah, I got some gusty winds heading your way. Now the entire Louisville metro is included in this new severe thunderstorm warning. They do have a tornado possible tag on this, so you want to be close to getting to your shelters in downtown Louisville and all of Jefferson County. Shepherdsville, you're also included under that severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag. Hey Abby, thanks for watching. Sierra Miller asking how bad are the winds going to be in London tonight. Sierra, probably some gusts about 40 to 50 miles per hour tonight as that line rolls through about 1 or 2 in the morning. Chris, it was muggy out there today. It felt more like spring. Bonnie Collins asking about Leslie County. Probably just some gusty winds and heavy rain in Leslie County late tonight, probably after about 1 or 2 in the morning, Bonnie. Austin will see some storms in Pikeville tonight around 2 or 3 in the morning. Let me check that again for Sellersburg. Sorry about that. Just juggling a lot of stuff real quick. Having a time finding that on the map.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, Sellersburg just north of Clarksville. Okay. I know where it is now. Worst is past, or should be passing Sellersburg right now. So give that about another 10-15 minutes, and that will be on out of Sellersburg. Okay, let's check out this new tornado warning that is just coming in. How's it going to be from Knoxville to Corbin tomorrow night? Bobby, worst of this is happening tonight. The only real issue tomorrow from Knoxville to Corbin is going to be just the cold. We're going to drop those temperatures down quite a bit. Some of those back roads may ice up if we can't dry them off early tomorrow morning. Austin, it's going to be about 3 or 4 in the morning before it clears Pikeville, buddy. So I know you're in the far eastern part of the state. It's going to be a bit before we get you cleared out of this. They are not pushing those tornado warnings much into Kentucky yet. We're hoping they don't. You've got this like one little section for the next 5 minutes around Howard, Kentucky. Although we are seeing, and it's like right next to the radar site. Let me actually switch over to the airport Doppler. Yeah, there's, if I'm in, I don't know if you pronounce that, Stites, Cosmodale, Metalon, anywhere in this area right in here near 31W, right along the Ohio River, just north of West Point and the town of West Point, I'd be seeking shelter. You could get a quick little spin-up tornado in this kind of a setup. It's real close to the Doppler radar site at the Louisville Weather Service office, so it's going to be hard to see off that one. Yeah, if I'm in the town of Evans Landing in West Point and Catherine, I'm seeking shelter now. Go to the lowest level of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Austin, that is the plan right now. I'm going to be doing some weather coverage for WKYT in Lexington next weekend. If y'all have questions, post in the chat. Beulah Hatfield asking, what's it going to be in Barberville? Beulah, going to see some pretty gusty thunderstorms in Barberville later on tonight, probably about 2-3 o'clock in the morning is when the worst that'll hit. Maybe a little before that, let's say between 1 and 2. Gusty winds, heavy rain. Chris, yeah, we are actually going to be heading into a pretty harsh winter pattern. And if the severe weather aspect of this calms down a little bit, y'all, we will talk about the winter weather potential after this system, because there are some signs of winter not being done with Kentucky just yet. So stay tuned for that if we can catch a break. New severe thunderstorm warning including Breckenridge, Bullitt, Hardin, and Meade counties. Let me zoom the radar out so we can see that. That is going to expire right at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. Weather Service radar continuing to see potential of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Some of the towns included in this: Louisville, New Albany, Jeffersontown, St. Matthews, Shively, Shepherdsville, Linden, Douglas Hill, Hurstbourne, and Graymore, Devondale. Go ahead and get to your storm shelter. Also, that storm has a new warning down into Meade, Bullitt, Breckenridge, Hardin County. That goes until 10:15, so 30 minutes on that, or 33 minutes. That does include E-Town and Radcliffe. You all will want to go ahead and get into your storm shelters, because this line of thunderstorms, as it moves through, could quickly produce a tornado. Especially back up towards I-65 right now, there's still a lot of instability in the atmosphere. You can get a quick little spin up within the line without much warning. So if you're under one of those current severe thunderstorm warnings, you may want to go ahead and treat that like a tornado warning. Get to the lowest level of your home, preferably a basement, inside an interior closet or a bathroom without windows. Put as many walls between you as the outside world as possible. If you got a helmet, a hard hat, something to protect your head, put it on, because the number one killer in tornadoes is head trauma from flying debris. Also, if you're in one of those storm warned areas right now, put on a good pair of shoes. You don't want to get caught having to run or go out after the storm in bad shoes. You want something that's got some good, strong soles in case there's debris out there. These are not going to be big tornadoes if we see any tonight. They're likely going to be small, but a small tornado can still do some damage, can still especially impact smaller residential construction or mobile homes. So if you're in a mobile home in one of these severe thunderstorm warnings, you may want to try to get to a sturdy shelter before the storm gets there. Will it be raining or thunderstorming at 2 in the morning for Pikeville? Probably closer to 3, Austin, somewhere after that. Rita, hey, hope you're doing well. My Aunt Rita checking in. How about 10:30 tomorrow morning from Corbin to Lexington? Rita, the only thing I'm worried about with that is the potential of a pretty good little ice up on the roadways. I can show you real quick what the temperature is going to be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Let me pull that up for you real quick. All right, yeah, tomorrow morning we're going to be into the 20s across most of the state. So any of this rain that falls tonight could freeze up tomorrow morning and cause some slick roadways. So if you're going to be out and about early tomorrow, anywhere in central Kentucky and even into southern Kentucky, just know we could get a flash freeze tomorrow morning as those temperatures quickly drop. We'll talk more about that once the severe weather calms down a little bit, if we get time for that tonight. How bad is it supposed to get in Williamsburg? James, right now, not too bad in Williamsburg. We may get some strong storms down that way about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching this line as it works its way eastward. If you all are just joining us, my name is Meteorologist Shane Smith. I am based out of London, Kentucky. Typically, I cover mainly central and eastern Kentucky. Testing out some new equipment tonight, so I wanted to jump on a little bit early just to kind of make sure everything's working in case that severe weather holds up as it gets into central and eastern Kentucky. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings for both Louisville and E-Town. Those go until 10 o'clock up in Jefferson County, and down into Hardin County that goes until 10:15, as we do have some very strong gusty winds moving across the Louisville metro, quickly heading towards I-65. It will be within E-Town in the next 15 minutes or so. There also is the possibility of some quick spin-up tornadoes within this line. So if you live in the path of these storms, go ahead and treat this like a tornado warning and seek shelter. Even though we don't have any active tornado warnings, you're going to notice the National Weather Service has put the tornado possible tag out on these storms. Austin, I will try to post an update tomorrow, buddy. Oh, thank you for following me on TikTok. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms. You can see, usually I go by S. Smith Weather. Y'all will forgive me. I'm having to do a little producing on the fly, getting some things set up. It's the joy of real-time producing. All right, so here is a look at those current wind gusts across the state, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet. You can see we are seeing some 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts up or in and around Louisville. We will continue to watch those gusts come in. That's a really good indicator of how strong the storms are. Shane Stamper asking, will the line get weaker before it gets to Hazard? Shane, yes. The storms should weaken as they approach central and eastern Kentucky now that the sun has set. But we still will see gusty winds, even outside of thunderstorms tonight. I think we will see some wind gusts in excess of 40 to 50 miles per hour. I can actually, let me swap sources real quick and switch this over to the wind forecast. Oh. There we go, wind gusts. Sorry, producing on the fly. Let me back this up. So yeah, this is wind gusts, how they should be here in the next hour. Up to 50 miles per hour in Lexington, 40 miles per hour in Somerset and Bowling Green, 50 in E-Town. This is 11 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Eastern. So the winds should be picking up in Somerset at that point, and in Moorhead and Winchester. And then Hazard, seeing some 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts up until about 2 or 3 a.m., and then things start calming down there. So we will wait and see if that plays out. Going to be a bit cold after this, Austin. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the potential of a little bit of wintry weather tomorrow morning. I don't think we'll see much, but could see a few snow showers briefly tomorrow afternoon and evening. I think that's going to mainly be northeastern Kentucky, but you may get in on some of that action in Pikeville. If you have questions, let me know what you would like to know. Can go ahead and pull up our camera network, see if we see anything. Do notice some really heavy rain showing up on that Louisville cam right now. E-Town, not too bad right now, but it's coming your way. Mason Patterson on YouTube asking, do I think E-Town will be safe? Probably want to go ahead and seek shelter in E-Town for about the next half hour or so. The storm is not looking as intense, which is good news. But we could still get a quick spin up along this line. I'm going to pop it back over into velocity mode See if we can see any little quick areas of rotation. Not really seeing much along the line right now, which is good news. Not going to complain about that at all. But yeah, we continue severe thunderstorm warning up until 10:15 for Meade, Bullitt, Breckinridge counties, and a severe thunderstorm warning until 10 o'clock for Jefferson County, portions of Meade and Harding counties. And I can hear that wind ripping outside my door right now here in London. So, Mason, to answer your questions, go ahead and treat this like a tornado warning. You may not go to the full storm shelter, just be ready to get there quickly. It's not terribly bad right now. I'm going to pop up the storm reports real quick, see if we see any showing up. Once again, if you're just joining us, I'm meteorologist Shane Smith, based out of London, Kentucky. We're coming up on 10 o'clock on Sunday, December 28th, 2025, and we're tracking some live severe thunderstorm. We're tracking some severe thunderstorms live across Kentucky right now, testing out a little bit of a new severe weather tracking system. Give me feedback for it. Let me know if you guys like this or not. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning coming in just below. You can see that includes Bullitt County, Harding County, and Meade County. Looks like they are tweaking that warning right now. So as soon as it comes up, I will show you that here on Radar Omega. So as soon as that new warning pops in, yeah, continuing that warning. Some towns in the path of the storm include E-Town, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, Lebanon Junction, Muldraugh, Longview, Eastview, Grampton, Addington Field Airport, and Hansborough. Yeah, we got to watch that right there. I don't like the look of this. Let me show you what I'm looking at. That could be a little sign of rotation there, just west of St. John. Let me switch this over to velocity. Take a look at that. Yeah, a little bit of rotation there. The tricky thing about these type of storms, y'all, is if we do get a tornado in this type of setup, usually it's very quick. They don't last on the ground very long. And they're hard to track because they can pop up in between radar scans. So once again, the severe thunderstorm warning continuing until 10:15. Also, our warning in Louisville proper is about to expire. I'm going to be real interested to see what the weather service in Louisville decides to do with that. I'm going to actually jump on NWS chat, see if they're saying anything about that right now. Just got a report out of the Louisville airport, gust to 54 miles per hour. Looking like the Weather Service may be going to let the warning expire for this part of the line as it heads towards Shelbyville, since we are a little under severe criteria. You may ask the question, what makes a severe thunderstorm? Has to have 58 mile per hour winds or 1 inch diameter hail. Austin asking, will the wind be bad for Pikeville, Kentucky in the morning? Probably some strong wind gusts, Austin, around 2 or 3 in the morning, 40 to 50 miles per hour possible. Batten down the hatches if you're in central or eastern Kentucky. If you still got those Christmas decorations up, maybe deflate them if you got them in it. Once again, 10 o'clock, if you're just joining us, we're tracking some severe thunderstorms as they move through central Kentucky around Louisville and E-Town. And we're going to talk a little bit about the potential for some wintry weather as this cold front moves through. Super powerful cold front. Oh my goodness, this cold front is just ridiculously strong. I can actually pull up and show you how strong this front is. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. So here is the current temperatures. So you notice it's 71 in Bowling Green right now. And you go back into portions of Missouri, just past St. Louis, and it's 27 degrees. There is a 50-degree temperature gradient right now between Bowling Green and St. Louis almost. Or at least 45. That is wild. That is a potent cold front. Jasmine Wilkinson on Facebook asking, what time will Danville see severe weather? Jasmine, it should weaken a bit before it gets to you, but we can show you the future radar. And it looks like for Danville, this is 11 o'clock Eastern time. There is midnight. So between 11 and midnight, so here in the next 2 hours or so is when you will see the worst of it in good old Danville. Did you feel the earthquake up there today, Jasmine? Just curious. I know they had that 3.0 up near Lancaster. Let's check our current warnings here in Kentucky. Here's our warning for Hardin County. It also includes portions of Meade and Bullitt for about another 13 minutes or so. Weather Service leaving that tornado possible tag on. Not liking those little appendages I'm seeing on the radar. If you're down near Rhineyville, just be on the lookout. Also over towards St. John, you could get a quick little spin up right in there or right in there. And I mentioned this before, but this type of setup is very hard to try to nail down and figure out exactly where a tornado is going to be, um, just because if anything does happen, it's very quick. It's not very big, and they can sometimes happen between radar scans. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay with this severe thunderstorm warning for just a little bit longer. It is set to expire in 12 minutes. And if they don't continue that warning, we're going to talk about the cold tomorrow morning and the potential for a little bit of snow tomorrow. Not much. I know my wife is probably getting very upset right now. No, I don't think it's going to snow here, hon. Mason Patterson saying an earthquake, tornado warnings, and a possible snow. Kentucky is weird. You're darn right. Welcome to Kentucky, where we have all 4 seasons in one day and a geological phenomenon. New severe thunderstorm warning for Bullitt and Harding County. May just be an update to the current warning. Just as a reminder, we do have a wind advisory in effect in eastern Kentucky tonight. 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts likely as this line blows in and before this line gets here. Let's see if I can pop this up for you real quick. Now there's our wind gusts over the last hour. You'll notice from 40-mile-per-hour gust up in central Kentucky, up in Oldham County. Yeah, you're from Oklahoma. You're used to tornadoes. Thank you for joining us. If you guys like what we're doing here, be sure to share the stream, hit like or subscribe. I try to go live when I can for severe weather in central and eastern Kentucky. Sometimes we'll branch out into western Kentucky. And definitely love talking winter weather. And we may have plenty of that heading our way here in the next little bit. Austin Kendrick asking for power outage potential. There is some power outage potential. Let me see if we got anything going on out there right now. Not a ton of outages right now. Let's see if I can share this with y'all. Very strong wind and rain in E-Town. Rubicon, what kind of weather, Shane, and when? Well, Ruby, tonight, gusty winds, some thunderstorms, most of it overnight. Then tomorrow morning, could get a bit of an ice up as temperatures want to drop like a rock. Then we may get a little snow Monday or Tuesday. Don't think it'll be much. If you're on the north side of E-Town, watch out, especially on that road from Tunnel Hills over to 31W. I'm not liking the look of that radar signature right now. There is some weak rotation from like Baptist Health Hardin just north up towards the Walmart Supercenter. So if you live in between those, over towards Mihalisco, the Kroger over on 62, Freeman Lake Park, Indian Hills, y'all may want to go ahead and take shelter real quick. Tunnel Hills subdivision. This thing will be over I-65 here in a little bit, then follow east on 62 for a bit in the Bluegrass Parkway. Yeah, we're gonna pull that up near E-Town. It's on the north side of town. Miles Street, the Mihalisco up there, Ring Road, Tunnel Hill subdivision, Tunnel Hill campground, Sim Sushi and Steak. So if you live near any of those, the Days Inn by Wyndham over on exit 94, Quality Inn and Suites, the Indian Hill subdivision. Be on the lookout. May want to go ahead and get in your safe spot. Yeah, anywhere near Tunnel Hills, south of Crest. That's a little bit concerning what I'm seeing on radar. I don't think it's much rotation, but it doesn't take much in this kind of a setup to get a quick spin up tornado. Recenter that real quick. New severe thunderstorm warning for Boone, Campbell County, and Gallatin County, and Grant County. So this is up in the northern part of the state. We'll go zoom up there and take a quick look. So this does include Florence, Covington, Fort Thomas, Dry Ridge, Augusta, Crittenden, Walton. Actually, Dry Ridge, you are not in that. It is just north of you. Pretty much stops at Crittenden. Up in Cincinnati, seeing pretty good little gust right now. Really going to watch this area west of Walton over towards Beaver Lick. Could get some quick rotation there. Seeing just a couple of little notches on the radar reflectivity. Kind of in radar no man's land. Pull up the terminal Doppler there at the Cincinnati airport, which ironically enough is in Kentucky. So be on the lookout from Walton up to Union and Florence. The heaviest of the storm moving your way. Verona, going to be in your neck of the woods soon. Patriot, you're seeing some pretty heavy rain right now. Cincinnati proper is getting slammed right now. Head back here, look back at the storm at E-Town, see how it's behaving. It's getting ready to roll out of that watch or that warning box. We'll see if they put another one out over towards Lebanon and Springfield and Hodgenville. As this entire line is tracking off to the east at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. Actually, 50 miles per hour. Yeah, 40 there. We'll say about 40 to 45 miles per hour. Mason, y'all, if you get a pic of that, if you can get one safely, send it to me, S. Smith Weather on X. Yeah, it looked bad and then it was fine. Yeah, that's how it is with this kind of storm system. It just rolls in quick and then rolls out. Seeing a report of a 50 mile per hour wind gust at the Cecilia, Kentucky Mesonet site. 35 mile per hour gust in Litchfield over in Grayson County. 32 mile per hour wind gust southeast of E-Town. So it looks like they're letting the warning for E-Town expire. So right now our only active warning in Kentucky is up near Covington and Cincinnati. So we're going to switch over to the Wilmington, Ohio radar site. Get a little better look at that booger. So yeah, Florence, you're getting it good right now. This will head over towards Fort Thomas, New Richmond here in a little bit. Rayland Heights, Independence, Verona, you're going to get the worst of it here in a little bit. Could see some gusts pushing 50 to 60 miles per hour, heavy rain as this system moves through. Not seeing a ton of lightning in this. So real quick, while this storm is behaving, let's talk a little bit about how things are looking after the storm. Let me pop it over to there. Okay. So here's the future radar. Here's what everything should look like on ye old radar scope at midnight, about an hour and 45 from now. The bulk of the northern part of the line east of Lexington, stretching from about Maysville down towards Columbia. Somerset, you'll see the worst of it about 1 o'clock in the morning, or a little before, maybe 12:30. London, 1 o'clock for us. Corbin, about 1:15, 1:30 for y'all. Oh, this pushes through Manchester probably sometime around 2. Barberville, 1:30. Middlesboro, about 2 in the morning. Hazard, 2 in the morning. Pikeville, between 2 and 3. The rain moves out. Cold air moves in. Maybe see some northwest flow snow showers tomorrow, especially northeastern Kentucky in the afternoon and evening. If we get a little flow off the lakes, going to be very scattered, very light. That may linger into Tuesday morning. Could see a clipper in here Tuesday night. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's content for tomorrow. We'll worry about that then. Only active alert is that warning up around Covington. Not seeing any signatures on the radar that are jumping out as uh-ohs. But doesn't take much to get quick spin up in this kind of setup. So once again, if you're just joining us, my name is Meteorologist Shane Smith. I am based out of London, Kentucky. I typically cover Central and Eastern Kentucky, but we're broadening out just a little bit tonight on YouTube and on Facebook. If you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button. Share out what we're doing. We're building a pretty good little community of weather watchers here in the Bluegrass. Austin Kendrick asking, am I going to go live tomorrow? Probably not live tomorrow, Austin. We're probably just going to do just a regular recorded video tomorrow, talking about the kind of upcoming pattern, and it is looking cold. Cold, cold, cold. Right now we are tracking some severe weather. If you have questions, pop those up in the chat. You can follow me on all the social medias, typically either Meteorologist Shane Smith or S. Smith Weather. Best way to find me on all those platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Insta, YouTube, and X. I still call it Twitter. Most intense part of this storm right now is over Beaver Lick, heading over towards Walton. Kensington, Richwood, you're seeing a decent little bout of heavy rain right now. Up into Ridgeview Heights, St. Elizabeth Medical Center at Edgewood, Thomas More University. Pretty much from Covington south all the way down to Sanford Town, Crestview Hills, seeing some pretty heavy rain right now. Newport, you're getting it pretty good. Dayton, Bellevue. That's a big old severe thunderstorm warning. It goes all the way down to Crittenden. All right, well, this thunderstorm contains wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. Just checking the Weather Service reports out of new severe thunderstorm warning, including Boone County, Campbell County, Kenton County, and Pendleton County. This storm continues to push eastward. See if we can get still seeing some wind gust radar indicated around 60 miles per hour. It's moving east at 35. Locations in the path of the storm: Cincinnati, Covington, Florence, Independence, Fort Thomas, Newport, Edgewood, Alexandria, Ellesmere, Fort Mitchell, Highland Heights, Taylor Mill, Bellevue, Fort Wright, Dayton, Southgate, Walton, Crestview Hills, and Park Hills. So my northern Kentucky folks know where all this is. All right, we're going to continue to watch this storm. Luckily, the overall line, let me switch back to the big radar view. The overall line does appear to be weakening. We're not seeing as many warnings right now. Not looking as intense or well put together as earlier. Bowling Green, you're going to have some gusty showers in your neck of the woods soon. Bardstown, it's moving in for you. Shelbyville, you're seeing a decent little shower right now. That'll be in Frankfort here in about the next 20 minutes. Lexington, probably about 40 minutes to an hour for y'all. We're looking at about 1 to 2 in the morning here in London, about midnight, Somerset. Danville, Harrodsburg, y'all are probably about an hour to an hour and a half out. Y'all want to see something real fun? Blizzard warnings up across the upper Midwest. Let me switch this over to winter mode. Winter storm warnings in the Great Lakes. Massive snow in the upper peninsula of Michigan tonight. Full-on blizzard conditions across a good chunk of Minneapolis, Minnesota, down to Wisconsin. Let that load up real quick. E-Town is good, Mason. Christy Keene asking, will there be bad thunderstorms in Pike County tonight? Christy, Pike County's going to see this late tonight. It's going to be about 2 or 3 in the morning for y'all. Probably 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust as it comes through. So not too bad, but it may shake the house a little bit. Yeah, Mason, E-Town is good. If you're sheltered, you can come on out. But yeah, you can see just massive winter storm raging across the Great Lakes and severe weather in the Ohio Valley. What a way to wrap up 2025. And speaking of 2025, thank you all for all the support this year. We've picked up almost 1,500 Facebook followers, about 200 subscribers on YouTube. Haven't even looked at the analytics on the other channels yet, but just thank y'all. It means a lot that you're trusting me, tuning in to me. I try to provide the best weather information I can for the state of Kentucky. Kentucky's my home. I'm a full-time teacher, former broadcast meteorologist that does it on the side now, not a full-time thing, at least as far as earning a living. But I still love it, still love talking about it, still love forecasting. Yeah, Ethel, I don't think it's going to be too bad. The thing I'm worried about for y'all is the temperature drop. Let me show you this. This is going to be a little wild. Watch these temperatures. And this is, oh shoot. Wrong one. That's wind chill. You need actual air temperature. Yeah, it's going to be 40 degrees cooler at that point. Here we go. Let me back this up. So right now we're into the 60s, which is wild to say this late on a Sunday night in December. By 5 a.m., we're below freezing in Lexington. Lexington, by lunchtime, 25 degrees, 27 in Somerset or London, 30 in Pikeville. We may get a flash freeze, is what I'm concerned about, because we're going to drop it into the mid-20s. That's the air temperature Here's the wind chill. About 13 for a wind chill at 5 o'clock tomorrow in Lexington, 14 in London and Somerset, 16 in Pikeville, 14 and 15 in Hazard. We are going to drop about 40 degrees between where we were at 5 o'clock today versus where we'll be 5 o'clock tomorrow. Rhoda, not going to be too bad in Floyd County tonight. Probably going to see some gusty winds up in excess of around 40 to 45 miles per hour. That's going to be probably about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when the worst of it rolls through. I don't think it's going to be severe by the time it gets out into the Big Sandy. In fact, the only active warning we have right now in the entire state is up near Cincinnati and Covington. So we can swap back over to the Wilmington radar. And the worst of this is now east of Walton, east of Independence, Ryland Heights. You're seeing, and it's going to head over to DeMossville, Moscow, New Richmond. Could see some 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts, heavy rain. Hey, Ethel, my pleasure. Anytime you guys have questions, feel free to reach out and message me. I'll try to answer them the best I can. I'm happy to help out the good folks of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, give you the most accurate forecast I can. So, game plan right now, folks, is I'm going to stay with this warning as long as it's active, and once this one expires, and it looks like things are going to stay well behaved, I'm going to probably go ahead and step away from the live stream. I may pop back on if by chance we have another tornado warning pop up, but I think we should be, fingers crossed, pretty good. This current warning has just a little bit longer to go. It's going to go up until 11 o'clock. We're going to zoom out. The overall line has been weakening as it's pushing east. We're not seeing a ton of horrible wind gusts. They are watching for some possible circulation up near Columbus. Just saw that from the Weather Service office up in Wilmington. Getting some reports of trees down back over towards Nelson County and Logan County out in western Kentucky. Report of tree down on US 62 near Boston Road in Nelson County, and US 431 North down in Logan County. Some trees down in the road over there. So those wind gusts ain't playing kid games. They blowing. We've seen a couple of gusts recorded of 40 to 50 miles per hour. We're going to be watching this radar close for a while. I don't, whoa, we're getting that blizzard warning popping back up. Why is that happening? Hang on one second, folks. Update on Alexandria, Kentucky. Yes, we can get you an update on that, Josh. Let me switch back over. Give me 1 second, I'll get that pulled up for you. Oh, yep, there you are. Right there on 27. Heaviest of it's getting ready to move in, Josh. Give that about 15-20 minutes and it should pass. Probably going to see some heavy rain, some gusty winds. Let me throw on the velocity. Not seeing any rotation your way, which is good. Just kind of your stereotypical severe thunderstorm. Could see some, there could be some isolated power outages with this, Josh. We are seeing a lot of reports out in Western Kentucky as this line rolled through of knocking some trees down. So anytime the trees come down, obviously that can lead to more in the way of power outages. Sorry if y'all see some weirdness going on. I'm having to adjust that overlay real quick. Something popped back on that wasn't supposed to. The joys of working with some new tech. I really don't know why that's showing up. Oh well, I'll have to look into that later. That wind is ripping. Yeah, give that just a few more minutes and that'll be on out of Alexandria. Folks in New Richmond, Carthage, California, Goobser Hill Mill, Persimmon Grove, DeMossville, Butler, Peach Grove. Be on the lookout. Some gusty winds, heavy rain heading your way. Yeah, Josh, I'm not seeing any lightning showing up on the radar. Are you seeing any lightning on the sky up there? All right, yeah, if you're not hearing thunder, it's weird. I'm not seeing any lightning showing up on the radar. That is the only active warning we have in the state of Kentucky right now. That is going from New Richmond down to Carthage, Persimmon Grove, Caldwell, Butler. Radar estimated wind speed upwards of 60 miles per hour. 3/4 inch hail. Yeah, I don't think we'll end up seeing any hail from that. That's just the radar interpreting how strong it could be if there was hail. I don't think in these conditions we'll see a lot of hail. Austin could be a little black ice out there Tuesday morning. So once again, if y'all are just joining us, this is Meteorologist Shane Smith, based out of London, Kentucky. I'm tracking a severe thunderstorm up in northern Kentucky, up into portions of Kenton, Campbell, Pendleton, Hamilton, and Claremont counties. This storm is moving east at 35. So we can put a storm track on that. We can draw that on there. Give me 1 second. I'll have to play with that a bit. That new storm tracker tool's a little weird. Let's try that one more time. Boom, boom, boom. I have to play with that. But the good news is the storm is weakening as it moves on out. Josh, not for a while, my friend. We have got much colder weather heading our way. And yeah, that wind is ripping out there. Actually, I can bring up kind of the long range forecast. Now, this is for London. I don't think all of this will show up on the screen, but there we go. Yeah, we got some colder weather heading our way. That gets us through January 10th. And I still think we may end up colder in this range through here. Wind chills may get into the single digits. I don't think we'll go negative again, Josh, but it's going to be much colder. We've almost got the worst of this storm through northern Kentucky. Pretty good little squall line moving into Frankfurt, and man, that's a little concerning. Not seeing any rotation, but I don't like seeing those little notches on the radar. They make me nervous, friends. Bowling Green, you got some decent thunderstorm action down your way right now. Josh, I think we probably will see some more snow up again in northern Kentucky in January. I don't think winter's done just yet. Sorry, folks, trying to figure out what is going on with these winter weather alerts. We'll have to keep tinkering with this overlay system. Being a little weird. But that's okay. It's fun to test out new things. And it looks like, have those warnings been allowed to expire? Let me check Wilmington real quick. That's what I'm trying to check right now. I'm still seeing it active. Alright, there we go. Sorry, my overlay system is having some issues we're working through. That's okay. We live and we learn. Sorry for having to adjust this on the air. Gotta turn off all the states. Really need like an all state off switch on this thing. Put a request into the developer. Yeah, Josh, this is one of those weird cases where you actually get a severe thunderstorm warning without it thundering. It's just the textbook definition of a severe thunderstorm: 58-mile-per-hour winds or 1-inch diameter hail. So you can have that kind of wind without thunder or lightning. So we got 11 minutes on that warning, although I bet it gets expired a little early. So once again, meteorologist Shane Smith here. We are tracking severe thunderstorms across northern Kentucky and southern Ohio. I am a Kentucky meteorologist. I love my friends in the Buckeye State, but I'm going to leave that to folks that are used to dealing with that area. I try to keep it in the political bounds of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, or geographic bounds, I guess is the better term for that. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and be wrapping this up. Once this last warning is allowed to expire, we'll go ahead and end the live stream. But thank you all for joining us. I'll have more tomorrow on the cold coming in. We'll talk about that. Also, be sure to follow me on all the socials: Facebook, TikTok, Insta, YouTube, and X. Just posted an update to that severe thunderstorm warning. They are going to carry that a little. National Weather Service in Wilmington's issued severe thunderstorm warning for Mason, Robertson, Bracken County, Grant, Pendleton counties in Kentucky until 11:30. Guess they're watching this area east of Butler for some rotation. Some of the towns in the path of the storm: Williamstown, Falmouth, Augusta, Felicity, Brooksville, Butler, Morgan, Higginsport, Moscow, Germantown, Neville, Shiloh, Browning, Corner, Bradford, Stonewall, Powersville, Point Isabel, Johnsonville, Wolcott, and Greenwood. And the Weather Service is stressing that tornadoes can form quickly in this environment. Although I am not seeing a lot of rotation on the radar. All right, well, this storm is continuing to do its thing. Once again, out there in radar no man's land. So if you're up in this area, right along 27 from Falmouth up to Butler, let me know what you're seeing. So we track this storm as it's moving east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream, y'all. This thing is not looking overly impressive on the radar. I'm going to continue to track everything. If we see another tornado warning pop up, I may pop back in here. But if not, I will have an update tomorrow night on the threat of winter weather and some much colder stuff moving in. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. Until next time, friends, take care